Hello there and welcome to Teddy's training diary. This is Teddy, he's 8 weeks old and this is his very first training lesson. What I'm going to expect out of him, well, to be honest, I'm not going to really expect anything out of him. I'd like maybe to try and get a little bit of focus from him. And what we're going to be doing really more than anything at this stage is something which is called capturing. So whenever the dog does something I like and I like what he's actually doing, I will mark it with the word yes and he'll get a treat. So at the moment the word yes doesn't really mean anything to the pup. But I'm going to keep going and eventually he'll understand that yes means he's done something right. So anything new you train in the future, you'd find you can train just so much quicker. Some people prefer to use a clicker, but with a pup I find my hands are pretty full, so I prefer the word yes.
Freebie. Oh, yes. There we go. Yes, good boy.
One of the big questions I'm always asked is, what do I feed my pups? Well, when I go to train, I actually train at meal time, so I will now, rather than have his meal, it'll be a training session with that meal. So whatever you're feeding him, that's what his training treats will be. And this way you don't have to worry about overfeeding your pup.
Oh, that's a good position. That's a down. Yes, that's a down.
If you notice here, I've got him into a down and I leave my hand in position and I feed the food into the hand. This is just given duration for a down. If you're moving your hand around up and down to get more treats or anything else, you'll find the pup could easily follow your hand and get up. And what we want is the pup to sort of get in a position and stay in that position.
Teddy. Good boy.
A lot of people forget they do a lot of sits and downs, but I like to do sits downs and I also like to call the dog up, so get my dog into a stand. And if you notice there, what I'm trying to do there is just pop the food under his chin just to try and get him to step back just a wee bit. But he's not playing, so it doesn't matter. There's a couple of good reasons why not to give your dogs commands at this particular level. Is A, if you give your dog a command, you're then sort of committing yourself to trying to either persuade you or lure your dog into that position, and it just may not happen. So you end up getting frustrated. The other reason is quite a simple one. You know, if I came up to you and said flippity flop, it doesn't matter if I said flippity flop once or 100 times, you just don't know what it is. So we've really got to teach the dog, but we want to teach the dog correctly. If you think about it, and this is one of my other rules I have, is when I'm training the dog, I will command the dog and then I keep my mouth shut and I won't say anything for a good 20 seconds before re-commanding. If you're there and you're saying to your dog standing, say for example, and you're saying sit, 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 well surely you're now just teaching your dog that stand means sit. You've said it enough times whilst it's actually standing. So the dog can really pick up the wrong meaning. And even if the dog's doing a particular action, which you think is the command, sometimes you have to look outside, i.e. video yourself, so you can see it is doing 100% the right thing. I had this lady who was doing touch training and the dog was learning touch training. It come up and it looked like it was touching her hand, absolutely fine. And then we realised, no, what the dog had learned was to come up and lick her hand. So when we went to go and put the mat down, the dog actually went and licked the mat. So it thought touch meant lick. But from a view, it looked like it was touching the hand. So the dog can get the wrong meaning sometimes. So hence, I really try my hardest to get the dog in position before actually then start giving the commands. And I say, at this level, they're so young, you've got plenty of time.
Oh, don't touch Lala's.
I made a little mistake here. I left the door open. I should have all dogs out of the way. So that was my fault. So really I should make sure that that door was closed before I started training.
Teddy! Yes. Teddy! Are you ready? Oh, alright. What about that? Down. What have I got in here?
So we've moved away from treats onto a toy because obviously he wasn't getting too interested in the treats. And I'll switch backwards and forwards. I'm also quite lucky because I'm actually doing my house up at the moment, so I've got this room here which is pretty empty. So I'll only literally have maybe 1 or 2 toys in the room when I'm training, and going forward this will be his training room. Since I've actually made this video, I've had several other sessions with him. One was a total write-off, and it happens. So don't think absolutely every single training session is going to be perfect, it's going to work really well. Unfortunately, I was in the middle of training and one of my chickens laid an egg, and if you've got any chickens, you'd know once they've laid an egg, they're absolutely squawky. So it totally got his attention. And in fact, that same training session, he was being just a little bit odd. I noticed he was a little bit off, and I whizzed him out into the garden and he wanted to have a poop. Remember to have a lot of patience.
What have you found? What have you found, Teddy? Down, yes. 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 Teddy! Woohoo! Yum yum yums! Yum yum yums! Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Oh, push you away. Push you away. Get that belly. Get that belly. Get that belly. Get that belly. Some of them. You've got sharp little nails, haven't you? Eh? You've got sharp little nails. Yes, you have. Yeah, you're going to bite me like that. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah. I'll get you. I'll get you. I'm going to get you. Oh. You ready? Yes. That's a good watch. Yes. Yes. Good watch. Yes. That is a good watch. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Very good boy. Oh, you're back again. You're back again. Where did you go? Oh, you went flying. You went flying. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Get it. Yeah. Oh, got something nice there. Oh, where are they all appearing from, eh? You missed one. There's another one. There's another one.
Now, I get my dogs to go through my legs and things purely just to build the confidence up with my dogs, so he knows it's perfectly okay to be really close to me, to be around me, because obviously when I'm actually competing with my dog, I do want my dog as close as possible.
Boosh. Oh, you ready? Good boy. Hey. Oh, there you go. Is there something under there? Is there something under there? Oh, good kiss. Good kiss. Wow, that was a lovely kiss. You having a little sit on me, are you? You can do that. Have a little sit on me, yeah? Ooh, off again. Oh, we're off again. Is that someone's shoe? Look, we've left a shoe there. Oh, that's our fault, isn't it, for leaving that shoe there? We'll quickly move them out of the way so you know not to play with them. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I do crate train my dogs. That's something that I've always done. And in fact, at the moment, his crate's actually inside another pen as well. And I've got to do that because as soon as I get a crate out, all my other dogs, they're straight into the crates. They've all been crate trained. They all love going into the crates. It's a safe place for them to go and sleep. And at the moment, when it starts to get about 8, 9 o'clock, Teddy himself takes himself off to his own crate and just curls up into it. One of the main important reasons I do crate train my dogs more than anything, and I don't want to sound put down on things, but unfortunately dogs do pick up injuries. And if you've got a dog who's got a slight limp or anything, a crate's absolutely perfect for a dog because it stops them from running around, rushing around. And if you haven't crate trained a dog and the dog's got an injury, you're dealing with an injury, and you're also having to deal with getting the dog used to the crate. So if the dog's really used to the crate straight away, well, it's going to be perfectly happy to be in the crate, and you'll find simple little injuries with a proper rest. Yeah, the dog's ready to go again. The other big thing I do with, obviously with puppies, is toilet training. It's probably the hardest thing that a lot of people would have, especially with new people with new pups. I do keep a watch by my back door. I do have a pad, and so every time I take the dog out, I do write it down. I also have a pot of treats already by the door as well. So I have everything I need, so I can just whiz the dog out. And if the dog's been asleep, when he wakes up, I take my dog out. If I've had a play with my dog, I take my dog out. And after my dog's eaten, I take my dog out. After my dog's even played with my other dogs, I will take my dog out. So I take my dog out a lot. But also, after you've been, you can see a pattern. You get into a pattern, the dog gets into a pattern of when it needs to go out. And you'd find you should get less and less toilet oopsies inside the house. That's the way I'd like to put it. It happens to all of us, so don't think someone's going to sort of toilet train a dog from day one. It's just not going to quite happen. You're going to have them odd accidents. As you can tell from all my videos, I am a positive trainer. However, I'll also let a dog know when it has done wrong. I think that is actually important. You can't just treat 100% positive. So if my dog does have a wee inside, it's all a whoopsie, and I just put him to one side and clear it up. If he tries to play with me, I will just pop him either into his pen, or if he's in his pen, I will pop him in his crate while I clear up the mess, and then I let him straight out again. But whatever you do, you don't want to shout at your dog for having a toilet inside. I know and I understand it can be so annoying that you've just taken your dog outside for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, how long, and you come in and straight away it does a wee. It is frustrating, I realise that. But really, you've got to bite your tongue. Really bite your tongue. The last thing you want to do is for your dog to feel like it cannot wee in front of you. And I think this is a big mistake a lot of new dog owners make. They do go, "Oi, stop it!" They shout and whatever. The dog takes that in, and it can go, "Oh, I mustn't wee in front of you." So then you suddenly find you do take it out. It won't wee because you're standing there watching it. It's like, "Well, I can't wee. I'm going to get told off." And so when your back's turned after you brought it back indoors, they do have a wee. So just bear that in mind. I do believe you can tell your dog when it does something wrong. And as I say, I tend to use whoopsie. That happens to be my biggest thing I use for my dog is whoopsie. I don't say no to my dog. The only time I say no to my dog when I think it's more dangerous, when it's either life-threatening or it's my dog's in a dangerous situation, and that's when I use the word no, because then no really means no. When my dogs hear the word no, they're like all frozen thinking, right, something, it is bad. So most of the time, especially in training, if I do anything wrong, it's just a oopsie. As I say with the toiletry, it is oopsie as well, no matter how frustrating it may seem. Anyway, thank you for watching, and bye for now.